How's it going, everybody? Warmage here with a new game. Today we are trying out I Am an Air Traffic Controller 4. Today we'll be looking at the demo version, getting a good intro to the game. And it's just a fun, you're an air traffic controller. It's a fun game. I loved it, the I Am an Air Traffic Controller 3 when I was younger in the early 2010s. And they came out with I Am an Air Traffic Controller 4 with a revamped version recently, and I've been waiting to try it out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new and you enjoyed the content and you want to see more. Comment down below any feedback or any video suggestions, as that is very much appreciated, and turn on post notifications so you know when we post any new gaming related content. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and let's get started checking out this brand new air traffic controller game. Alright, so in this demo version, or the base version, it starts you off at Tokyo Haneda International Airport. This is one of the busiest airports in the world, and it is rated the second best airport in the world by Skytrax in 2021. Now, it is a very busy airport domestically for Japan, and of course it is based in the mega city of Tokyo. So there are two different stages or categories for the game. The first one being the game stage, which is where it really tests you out, and then there's also the tutorial. We're going to start this series off in the tutorial, and we will be ending it in the game stage. So let's check it out. So there are three different tutorials. We have departure, approach, and runway change, and they're all different ways to just give you a grasp of the game. It's pretty easy, pretty simple, but it's also pretty fun. So we'll be starting off today in this video with tutorial 1, departure. It's an hour long with sunny conditions, and we'll be controlling every single aspect of the Tokyo Haneda air traffic control. So this is the perfect stage to learn about the control of departing aircraft. You can learn pushback from the spot, taxiing instructions, takeoff instructions from the tower, handoff at departure, and area control or ACC handoff. So it's an hour long, sunny, no clear condition. Let's get straight started. So in this game, you're responsible for all aspects, and we're going to learn the basics. In addition, the main part of the game, there are stages where some tasks are done automatically. So here we are loading in. Are we ready? I don't know. So you can use the mouse flick to take a look around the airport, and you can check where aircraft are located. That's holding left and moving your mouse a bit. So you can really flick it around. For an explanation of camera movement operation, camera movement is achieved with a mouse flick movement. Hold down left mouse button with the pointer located in an empty area of the screen, then move the mouse to either left or right, and then you release the button. So I'm holding, move left, and it'll move me. The faster you flick, the further you turn. So, let's start. So looking for red 135. Right there. So we can switch from sky and ground radar to check where the airplane is. So this aircraft that is ready to depart will ask this delivery controller for departure clearance. So we have to give it clearance to depart.
Clear to Untitled International Airport. Route to departure via flight front route maintain flight level 140, squawk 201, wait mark. Clear to Untitled International Airport. Route to departure via flight front maintain flight level 140, squawk 201, let air 135. Date mark is correct. Contact Tokyo ground 121.8. Contact Tokyo ground, let air 135.
So, he has switched over to the ground controller, and he has received departure clearance from the controller. He will now ask the ground controller for pushback clearance. So, we have to do pushback approved. Just click that here, and then we could choose where we want to go. So it's important to see, he wants to go to this runway here, 05, and he's right here. So we want to click that direction, and start his pushback. So, clicking this button here, we can go back to the aircraft viewpoint, and we can keep flicking the screen and take a look at the plane. Obviously, this one is Red Airlines. It's a 737-800 flying to Sapporo. So there are the two different viewpoints. They're both different. I personally enjoyed the aircraft viewpoint a lot more. We have other aircraft around, though they're not letting us click on it yet. You can also zoom in and out. So when pushback ends, you'll be asked for permission to taxi to the runway, and we want to choose a route that doesn't affect any other aircraft. So you click taxiing approved, and we, well, click start taxiing. You can change his route. Oh, it doesn't let me, but so if you want to stop taxiing, there is a hold this position function. So next, give instructions if you want to change the route during taxi. But let's close. You can close this strip there, and you can zoom in this image here with the scroll wheel, with this wheel here. So now let's check where Blue 563 is. It is right here, and we can zoom in even more, and it's right here. So this is a Blue Air 777-200 flying to Fukuoka. And this aircraft here has stopped before Blue 563 because they're on the same path to hit each other. So we can click route change here, and we can change its route. So where does this plane want to go? Runway 34 right. So we can click these buttons here and it'll change its route. And then you sign it here to confirm the change. So as this Blue Air approaches the runway, you must hand it over to the tower controller, who is in charge of takeoff and landing from the airport. So when you get this tower handoff instruction, even if the aircraft crosses the runway, it heads for the intended runway without temporarily stopping. Now, you cannot give route change or hold position after you hand him off to the tower. So now that he's here and he won't hit this aircraft, we can now click tower handoff, which will make him go from ground to tower. So now we must give him the takeoff. Well, we must give him the takeoff instruction. So you want to check if there's any other aircrafts on the runway or there's any land or anything. So we want to see if the runway is clear for him to take off, pretty much. And if you do not want him to take off immediately, there are also instructions of line up and wait on the runway So you enter the runway and you don't take off, or you can do hold short of runway, which is where he will stop before the runway. So because the runway is clear, we can just give him straight up takeoff clearance.
Runway 563, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff, wind 020 at 8.
皆様、まもなく離陸いたします。もう一度、すべてのベルトをお確かめください。
So there's the engine sounds on takeoff. It's pretty cool. They also have the wind here and the projected weather. We can zoom this out. And he is now airborne. So, now that he has taken off, we must hand him over to the departure controller, and just to do that we click departure handoff. So as he climbs, he must put him to go to the next controller, and the aircraft radio now comes in. So you must confirm that the aircraft is able to be seen on radar, as you can see right here, with radar contact. So we can close. So as he continues to climb, he will be taken over by an area control center, and he now heads for his destination. So we must switch to the air surveillance radar and take a look at the aircraft as it continues to climb. So as we look at Red 2035 flying to London Heathrow in a 777-200, he has already climbed to flight level 141. So he is high enough now that we can give him to the controller for center, and so we must hand him off. And there we go. So that is the first tutorial for departures for I'm an Air Traffic Controller 4. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a pretty boring one. It is a tutorial, but it will get better as the series goes on. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to drop a like, comment down below any video suggestions or any feedback, and subscribe if you're new, and turn on those post notifications so you know when we post any new gaming content to the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.